So in the first scramble you have cross pieces here, here, here and here, and you have a pair over here, and you started the cross by white color facing you, and it was wrong. You should always keep the cross color on bottom in this position. So anyway, you solve blue and red like this, and XY rotation, D2, F2, and then you're left with this cross piece. And if you have solved if you have kept the cross color on bottom, then it will be a lot faster, because it saves 2 rotations, plus doing L2 is a lot faster than doing F2. And then you are left with this cross piece, and you solve it like this. And then you saw that these two pieces are broken up. Then you undo some moves and take the edge piece out, and then you did a rotation to insert it like this. And it was wrong. You should insert it with F R prime F prime, because this is also 3 moves and it saves rotation as well. So anyway, solve it. Then you solve this F12 case like this, and it was great. You inserted these two with F moves, and now you have these two F pieces. So you did a rotation to align the edge, pair them up like this and insert. And it was wrong. Instead of doing Y rotation, you should do Y prime, because then you have a clear view of all the pieces here. And there's another complete different algorithm to solve these two pieces from here only, and the algorithm works like this: F R U F prime U prime F prime, and that sets them up U prime. And now you can insert it with wide F R wide F prime like this. But anyway, you solve it like this. Then you look to this F12 case like this, and then you did a rotation and solve it like this. Set them up and insert. And instead of setting them up, you can easily pair these two to here like this: F prime L prime U L like this. And now you can insert. There's a complete different algorithm you can use to solve these two pieces from here only, and the algorithm is not that fast, but it's without iteration, so it's your choice. You want to use it. So the algorithm works like this: first take this case out, and pair them up like this, and now insert, and that solves it. So after solving this F12 case like this, then you have got this OLL, and here you did a mistake. You to solve this, you have to first get it in this position. You get it like this, which was wrong. You should do double flick like this. So after you have got it like this, then you use this algorithm to solve it. This algorithm is not that bad, but I saw in the video that you logged up very much here, so I think you should try another algorithm to solve this case. And this is the algorithm. And that solves it. So after solving OLL, you got R A perm, these two, and you did the same mistake you did while doing OLL. You did U2 like this. You should do it like this instead. And doing U2 like this or like this does not seem to a big deal, but it's very useful. So after that, you solve it like this: regrip, and the regrip you did while solving this PLL can be saved by using this finger trick. Like this. So in the second scramble you have cross pieces here, 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 and red was solved. So then you solve blue and orange like this, and D to solve green and align the cross. But instead what you should do was, you should always avoid doing F moves in cross and B also. So there was another great solution you can do. First align green, then solve blue and orange like this, and then D prime to solve red and align the cross. Because F moves are a little bit slow than doing R moves. So after doing cross, I think you haven't looking ahead to your first pair. So you did you, then saw, then you like this. You have doing it. So then you recognize these two pieces, so you solve it like this. And it was great you solved these two, because solving these two require rotation, these two also, and these two as well. So you solve it like this into the back, which was great. Then you have got then you have solved these two pieces like this, and it was also great you solve it from the back. Then now here you did a very big mistake. You solved this case like this, and while solving it you haven't noticed that these two are paired up. So you anyway continue to solve it, set up, and then you did rotation to solve, and then luckily these two are set up, and then you solve it like this. You used 7 moves to set these two to here, which was a really complete waste of moves. Instead you can just set them up to here in just 3 moves like this: R, U2, R prime. These are set up. And also if you do R, U2, R prime, then this case will be set up here like this. So doing R, U2, R prime will profit you 2 times. So then you can insert these two like this, and this too. But anyway you solve it like this
way.
and while solving these two like this, and if you have by chance spot that these two are paired up, then there's another thing you can do by like solving these two with inverse sledgehammer like this. And now you can solve these two with lefty sledgehammer like this. And then you have got this OLL, and it was easy. You inserted solve it like this, and it was great. And after you solve the OLL you got RA pump, so you did a U prime, recognize this pattern, and you are not able to spot that it's T pump or RA pump, so you did another U prime so that these two are not paired up. So then you solve it. But there's a very easy way to spot that it's RA pump or T pump by just looking at these two pieces. If they're matching, then it's RA pump, and if they are not matching, then it's a T pump. So anyway you solve it like this, and you use same finger tricks than that you used in your previous solve. So make sure to change your finger tricks like this to solve it. So in the third scramble the cross pieces are here, here, and here. And first you do U to move blue here, and R, D, and instead of inserting red with L, you inserted with wide R, and it was wrong, because after doing wide R like this you did it like this, and it's almost rotation. So instead you should always solve it with L, and then you did D prime to solve orange and blue. And before lining the cross you saw that these two can be set up like this, so you did it, and D2, then you solve it like this. And then you have got this F12 case, and it was good you solve it like this into the back. And it's amazing that you paired these two like that. And now you did a mistake in inserting. you inserted it with the rotation, which you should not. And because if you have two edges oriented over here, then there's a very high chance that you will get all the edges oriented, and this time you have got these two in the correct position, only the corner is twisted, so there's 100% chance that you will get all edges oriented like this. But anyway, and yes, after inserting it like this, then you can solve these two like this. But you insert it with what you did, yes, like this, and then you rotate it and solve these two like this, and it was also good. And then you got this OLL, and you got a PLL skip and U2 in final for EUF. So in the fourth scramble, you have cross pieces here, 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 and here, and you have a pair over here, and you should always try to preserve it if it's facing you. And your cross solution was this: first you solve blue to here, and deep to solve orange, and now you did M2 U2 M2 to make the cross complete. As I told earlier, you should always preserve this pair, and you can easily preserve this like this if you have used this cross solution. This is preserved, and now you can align the cross. Preserving this pair may be a little bit advanced for you, but there's another mistake in this cross solution, and it was using M moves. And you should not use M moves in the cross. And if you want to know a solution which don't use M moves for this cross, then it's this: first solve blue and solve orange, and then D2 to solve red, and D2 to line the cross. And after solving cross like this, I think you haven't looked at your first pair, because you did it like this, then U3, and then you did it, and then you selected to solve these two, and it was the worst out of all the cases, because if you have solved these two, then it also doesn't require rotation to insert, and these two as well, and there's one more pair. So anyway, you solve it like this by using a rotation. So after solving first case, you did like 3 U primes to get this case to here. Instead of just doing 1 U, you did 3 U primes. So anyway, then you did a mistake by solving these two like this. These two are set up, and now you can insert. And it's a completely wrong way until the corner is in D layer and the edge is in upper layer. And if these two are paired up like this, then you can just do 3 moves to set like this. And now you, and now you can insert. It's only 4 moves to set, and it's a lot faster than doing this, than doing that what you've done. So anyway, you solve it like this. Practice to solve this case with RU to R prime, as I've seen in your other solves as well. You solve it like that. So after solving the second pair, you can either solve these two or these two, and you selected these two, so you did a rotation to insert it, and it's a necessary rotation. And now you did a great job by solving these two like this. As this pair came out, you inserted it while solving, and then you did again a mistake. You did U2 like this. You should do it with double click. Practice this, and after you got the all corners oriented OLL, then you solve it like this, and then you got G, I think it's GC perm, let it be GC perm. So you solve it like this. and U prime and D prime. And if you get GC pump, try doing D prime move in the starting instead of doing it in the end, because if you do it in the starting then it will be a little bit faster, and if you do it in starting the algorithm looks like this. It's just the same algorithm, just you do D prime move in the starting like this. Guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'm sorry for this shiny thing. And if you want to get your solve critic, then make sure to DM me on Discord. And till next video guys, bye bye. And the cube I used is the Moyu Weilong WRM 2020, and if you want to buy it, link will be in the description.